Hello and welcome back to the Flat Chat. It's me, Callum here. I'm here with Heggie and Jacob, and we're doing another top 10 video. Another video rating football players, football clubs, blah 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 blah. But today it is top 10 strikers. But we've done it a little bit differently. You may actually have seen this before on another channel. Sharky Does Sports is the channel I'm talking about. And it's where we actually go away and we ask
friends of the
Flat Chat, people who have been on the channel, obviously ourselves and Aaron as well, to give their top 10 best Premier League strikers currently playing.
Do you want to name the 10 people that have gave you the list?
I will name them. Will I?
Yeah, name them.
I give them a name.
Well, it's the three of us, Aaron, of course Stuart, who was on the channel, the other Stuart was on the channel as well. We've got Andy, we've got Juan, we've got Jamie, who was on the channel, and I believe we have Grant as well, who has never been on the channel.
And never will be.
Never will be, yeah. But no, everyone's given their lists. From the lists, I've then combined them, and I've given it, obviously, it's a 1 to 10, but obviously I've done a point system, where if you were first on a list, you get 10 points, and then so on and so forth down to 10th place, they get 1 point. And we've then created a combined list for everyone. So 10 people's lists, and we're going to have a definitive list. There were 20 different players mentioned by the 10 people.
I was expecting 16.
I was thinking one from each club.
So there's no Everton.
Spoilers.
Spoiler alert. No. But what we're going to do is, obviously, we will mention who the 10 players that didn't make it up were. Maybe mention why they didn't make the top 10 list. Maybe mention who mentioned them.
Yeah.
But we'll start off with a person that got 1 point. Yeah. So one person put him in 10th.
Who was it?
It was Chris Wood.
Oh, who had him 10th?
That's horrendous.
Who had him 10th?
He's not a top 10 striker.
Was it Grant?
It's Aaron.
That's just... I don't really know what to say.
So yeah, Aaron of course had Chris Wood.
He's third best at his club.
Yeah, I know.
Does he have double two? No, don't say that.
I won't say that. I won't spoil that. But no, Chris Wood makes it onto the list somehow. Well, not the list. He makes it
20th
onto the honourable mentions.
Fair play.
Another man with 1 point. I think this man.
So joint 19th was Chris Wood.
Yeah, joint 19th. Yeah. Another man with 1 point though. Solanke.
That's another awful shout in my opinion.
Is that worse than Chris Wood?
No, because Solanke actually plays football.
Chris
and Solanke scores.
Chris Wood's...
Whoa. Solanke's got about 5 or 6 this season, brother.
In the Premier League, Chris Wood has way more goals than Solanke.
But it's cunt.
Well, it's not current though, because you've got injured players in there.
Could you guess who put that in?
I'm going to say
Egg, because he played for Liverpool.
No.
Andy Kyle?
It's Andy Kyle.
Aye.
Your ex-gaffer.
That's why he's ex-gaffer.
There you go.
Shouts like that.
It's a bad one. There were 2 players that managed to get 2 points. That actually was because they both finished 9th in somebody's list.
Only picked once. Wow.
And that's Bobby Firmino and Isaac.
I reckon Isaac's because he's hardly played. Yeah. I think when he plays more, he will get higher.
I seriously considered Isaac, but then I thought I can't put him in when he's played like 3 or 4 Prem games.
Yeah. And Firmino is good.
He was good at the start of the season, actually.
And he's obviously been great for so many years. But top 10, he's Mr. Consistent. He's
also very forgettable.
At the moment, especially, and he's not. You don't consider him an out and out.
Yeah, he's like a false 9. Yeah.
Who said those 2?
Who said those 2? Firmino. Actually, we'll check that. I think that was. It wasn't Egg, was it? Or Stuart? There's no way. There's no way. It is actually Stu. Okay. So Stu said him, and for Isaac it was Andy Kyle again.
I don't hate either shout.
No,
I don't despise it.
No, I'm not a fan. Anyway, on to another man I'm not a fan of. Richarlison managed to make it onto the list. Well, not the list, but the honourable mentions. He get 3 points.
And that's for me putting him 8th, isn't it?
You put him 9th. You put him 9th, and it was either Juan or Jamie that had him 10th.
I think if he was able to be playing more, he would be on more people's lists. Maybe lower down, but he would definitely...
I completely forgot about him.
I totally forgot about him. It would have been 10th.
Yeah. I reckon if he was still at Everton, you would definitely, because he would have probably about 10 goals.
Yeah, fair enough. Well, no, you and Juan did mention him.
Yeah, he deserved it.
And another one, I think this was an interesting one. I wouldn't consider him a striker personally. And we'll probably have a few more like this.
What place is this? And how many points?
This is also 3 points,
right.
And there's 3 more with 3 points.
Oh, so
they're just people that just made it into the list somehow, 8th for somebody.
Yeah.
Trossard not a
He
striker.
has been
Definitely
playing
not a striker.
striker.
That sounds like Aaron.
He's been playing striker the last 5 weeks.
I know, but he's not a striker.
It was Juan actually.
Wow.
Juan had that in there.
Where did he have him? 8th?
Yeah, well, you picked up 3 points.
Yeah.
Yeah, 8th for him. Vardy.
Okay.
He's just not got it anymore. I don't know if he's got a league goal this season. He was excellent last year, but I just...
Well, one man had him. Grant.
And had him 8th.
Yeah,
again.
so clearly if you get Vardy in, you're still watching football back in 2018. And let's be honest, Grant definitely is. And the other one, another very interesting one, I think this is worse than Isaac being in there, because he's played less football in the Premier League, and he's got a red card to his name.
Oh, Joao Felix.
Joao Felix has got 3 points as well. Somebody...
Who's put him
Hey.
in before he
Hey.
played?
He's got him in 8.
Wow.
Wow.
That might be the worst
shocking.
shout so far.
I
He's
think it
played
might be.
59 minutes in the Prem and gets sent
And
off.
got straight in.
I know. Wild.
That was dreadful.
The next two had 4 points.
Yeah.
Ollie Watkins.
He's a good striker.
So-
I considered him.
There was a few people that had him first. I mean, I think there was somebody had him.
Not
10th,
first.
and
Yeah.
I think somebody had him 9th,
Yeah.
and that was similar to Rodrigo as well. It's Leeds. Aaron obviously had him in there. I think Aaron actually had him at 8th, so you get 3 points there,
Yeah.
and somebody had him at 10th.
I think Stu's a big fan of what's his name? Not
Rodrigo.
No, the other one.
Watkins.
Watkins.
What he did have.
Aye,
Stu had
yeah,
Watkins in
he
there.
spoke about him
He
before.
actually nearly had Ings in and then forgot. Nah, Watkins plays for the same team.
Aye.
He's better.
Watkins is good.
Now for the last man that doesn't make our actual top 10.
My full 10's not out yet. All of our full 10's aren't
Nah, I
out
had
yet.
Charleston, I think.
Oh, there you go.
No, I think. I definitely.
No, you did, yeah.
I definitely.
This one, I did have this guy, and only me and one other person had him, and it's Jota.
I just don't see him as a striker. I see him
I
as a
get
left
that.
winger.
I get
as a
that.
winger as
I
well,
get that. I feel he's a striker. I feel he's a bit like a Bobby Firmino for me, and maybe Trossard is that as well.
Yeah.
Maybe a few other players are like that.
He's very, very good.
Oh, he is, and he's also. I think other people forgot about him.
Oh yeah,
because
when you've been injured for
because
so
he's
long, definitely. I think
So-
that's why people
yeah.
forgot about Charleston.
Yeah, that's obviously the way this list is going to work. Is it pretty much is that it's how you define a striker.
Yes.
And if you define a striker to be better, it's just they're naturally going to go up.
Yeah.
They're naturally you're going to get the best players at the top. But, you know,
I can't believe my full 10's in.
Just shows
I'm
you.
very
we're going to
happy.
get to it anyway.
Shows you unbelievable.
I'll tell you the true order.
So Jota was in 6 points.
Yes.
This is a really small gap actually for the person that did get into the top 10.
Oh,
2 more points on it, so you get 8 points.
lovely.
Eddie Nketiah.
I had him 9th.
I know you did.
No. No. He's not a top 10 striker in my book.
No.
Well, a lot of people think he is if he's getting 8 points.
8
I think
points.
it's just absolute recency bias.
I'm sure there is a bit of that. Would you like to know who did say him?
Yeah,
Well,
tell us
Heggie-
everyone that said him. I
Heggie
said
put-
him 9th.
Heggie had him.
Stuart Egg definitely had.
Heggie had him 9th.
Yeah.
I had him 10th.
Yeah.
Of
Arsenal fan picking an Arsenal striker.
course I had to have him in there. Who else had him? None of those guys.
Is he better than a fit Calvert-Lewin?
Jamie, I think, had him. 'Cause
Yes.
He's an Arsenal fan, which makes sense. Jamie had him 6th.
So that's how he picked up a lot
That's how
of
he picked
points.
as many
And
points.
that's
aye.
wild.
Oh, Jamie, you've given Nketiah a wee...
That's
So-
5
so
points
that's-
on Jamie.
yeah.
So there we go, it gets skewed by that.
Definitely.
Did you know what it's skewed by? The fact that so many people have
So
said
if
so
I
many different wee...
if I had to
one-
pick any
keepers.
player as my number one, they're in the top 10.
Yeah, that's how these work.
That's how it works,
I
Jacob.
love that.
That's exactly
I'll
how it
do that for
works.
next time.
But if you say a dodgy, if you clearly are
You
taking
don't
the
want to look
mic,
silly. Aye.
if you're clearly taking the mic, you're out the video.
I definitely didn't know. You'll
Fair.
see with my list. It's
Fair.
excellent.
In the future, with Nketiah, I'm sure we could see him. Actually, you feel like he could be on this list for things he
Deliberate.
actually has
Aye,
done.
deserving it.
Deserving it. I understand. That I think I wouldn't actually have him on the list now. I forgot Richarlison. I would have him in the list over
Definitely.
Nketiah.
He made 9th for me because I don't think you've seen that much of difference with Arsenal with him in and
Yeah,
Jesus,
I get that.
and I rate Jesus highly.
I think that's because of how good the rest of the Arsenal
I know,
team
but
is
yeah.
playing currently.
Nketiah bangs him in.
He has
his
been
goal,
brilliant.
his goal record at the Emirates in the league is absurd as well.
Let's be honest. I think this is might be controversial, this take, but I think that Nketiah is a better goal scorer than Gabriel Jesus. But Gabriel Jesus
I don't think that
is
that's
a
mild at
yeah.
all.
much better footballer.
Jesus has never been a big goal scorer.
Yeah,
He's also never played that many minutes.
everything else he does is great, but Nketiah is actually just finishing.
Yeah.
It's very, very good. It reminds me of actually I've watched a lot of clips, obviously, of players like Ian Wright.
Yeah.
That's exactly what it reminds me of. But
That's,
yeah,
that's very high praise.
That is
so
very
but, no,
nice.
but I mean, if he's any half as good as Ian Wright,
There must be a
he's
reason
doing
they gave him a big contract.
Yeah,
this summer.
he's a good footballer.
Gets linked to Everton and suddenly he becomes good because he's like,
There's no chance that's
going there.
you would definitely take him now.
Oh, I would have took him then.
Yeah, I know, true. But no, he makes onto the list with 8 points.
Yeah.
There is then a massive jump in points for 9th,
Yeah.
up to 24 points.
Yeah. And that doesn't
Yeah.
surprise me. This could be anyone.
And this player is Marcus Rashford.
I had him.
Yikes.
I had him.
That's dreadful.
This right here is a prime example of why this list is great. It's mad. It's
Do you know
mental.
I had him?
Because both of you two had him.
I had him full.
Wow.
Yeah.
You
probably
love Rashford though.
I do.
Even when he
Where
had
did you
red.
have him?
Where did I have him, Cal?
Where did you have him?
I definitely had him top 10. 100%.
Yeah, no, you did have him.
What do you say, like 5th or 6th?
I think it was actually. You had him in 4th.
I think he's excellent.
And only 2 others.
He's
Jamie.
just frightening. People compare him to Mbappe and he's nowhere near Mbappe, but he's the English Premier League equivalent of him in terms of just sprinting, the way he strikes a ball. You're scared of him.
Of course you are. I think what you're explaining right there is why he's such a good footballer.
Yeah.
But the question is, this is about strikers. And
Yes.
a lot of people do not think he's a striker. Like you guys can argue that he's a striker, but 4 out of the 10 have said he's a striker.
Right, so
a bit
who's
like
the other two?
Trossard, Jamie and Lan
Right.
have both said that. They're both no, that's the thing.
Yeah.
Like you're,
I-
he's,
yeah,
you know
I
what?
think it's
You know
someone
what?
that
If
can
you're talking
play.
about footballer, and if you add him to this list, you're probably right at having him where you guys have had him. You're not wrong. When you say.
I think he's played a big enough sample size
he's
where he
definitely
can be
played
classed as a striker, and I think when he is a striker, he is the 3rd best in the league in my opinion. I think he is unplayable on his day.
No, I can't really argue with that. You know, you're spot on. I just think that you could have applied that logic to too many other players in the league. I think Salah's the biggest one. Salah's an inside forward.
So
So is
that's not a
Rashford.
striker.
I think
But
Rashford
Rashford's
has played
an inside forward.
absolute. I think
Yeah,
Rashford's
Rashford
played
plays
as
as
a
a
9
9.
a lot more minutes than Salah's played as a 9.
He obviously has. I think it's like similar to Trossard. Like he's probably played games there. But look at the way Rashford's playing right now. Rashford's playing off the left. He's not playing up front.
Yeah, right now. Yeah.
Like that's his best position is when he's coming in off the left. That's just where he is. He's an inside forward. He is. But
He loves
The-
I
it.
understand why he's in the list for you guys.
He's not an inside forward because Man United don't have that position. Liverpool do. Man United have left mid or striker, and he's playing either of those
But
positions.
he's playing left mid right now.
Yeah, but when he
But
plays
most
striker,
of the time he plays left mid. Is what I'm saying.
yeah.
I know.
But-
I
He's
personally.
kept alive
I'm-
since
I'm-
Ronaldo's
yeah.
played,
But
that's
it's
for
not. It's
sure.
not. What I'm saying is, I'm not saying that I just missed him out, and the other people have missed him out. I'm just saying I don't personally
Yeah.
see him as a striker. In the wingers list, he's very high up there. He's very.
I
high
don't
up
rate
there.
him as a
And
winger.
that's a
I
future
rate him
video.
as a forward.
Yeah, but you rate a lot of players as forwards. Though.
Yeah.
You rate Salah's a forward. That's what I mean. You know. Are we doing a VAR check?
He's
I'm
played-
not gonna
see
be
how
there.
many he's
Yeah, he's played 13 games of his last 50 at striker.
Yeah. But so I wouldn't consider that as a. I just couldn't have him in this list. But
I
I
think
understand
this
why
is-
you guys have. I completely understand it. He's an incredible footballer. He's in the form of his life as well. You guys want to talk about him? You guys obviously to have him. So we just-
I think he's unbelievable.
Yeah.
When he has confidence.
Yeah.
Oh, when he's not getting confidence,
confidence player.
he turns round, passes it, and you're just like, what's the point? 'Cause
Yeah.
he's not that good at that side of the game. He's best when he gets it, turns, runs, is shooting and dribbling his pace.
Yeah.
When he's doing other things, he's not that player.
No, spot on.
Who's next?
8th.
This is like to me, this is like a Royal Rumble. You've got that 10-second countdown, you're waiting for the next one, and I'm
Who's
excited
next?
each time.
Who do you think's next, Jacob? I'll ask you that. Who 26 points this person
I'm
has?
going to go for Callum Wilson.
No,
I'm going to go for Julian Alvarez.
it's Julian Alvarez.
Oh.
Just ahead of Marcus Rashford, and this is probably one of the ones where you go and look at. Well, Rashford's a better player than Alvarez, but
Yeah.
that's where this thing comes into.
Who's
Everyone
played-
considers
Who's
Alvarez
played
as a
more
striker.
minutes this season as striker?
Definitely Rashford.
Probably Rashford, yeah. See that? There you go. There you go. That's why you've got.
Alvarez, I think people are getting carried away by his record
Yeah.
in Argentina and also his World Cup performances. I don't think he's done enough in the
No.
the Prem.
Did
Yeah,
you
I
have
get
him
that.
in though?
I did.
No, so, interestingly, everyone bar one had him in. Jamie didn't have him in, and Jamie, when he gave me his list, was pissed. So he's probably forgotten him.
I had him low down though, I remember.
No, to be fair, everyone
I
had
had
him
him low
around about the last
But see,
7th, 8th,
there's how
and
many of us?
and
10 of us doing
and
it.
below it.
So 9 people doing them in like 7th place gets you a good number of points. I
Yeah.
guess you what 36.
Yeah, that's what he's
points.
done. He's not finished anywhere higher than 6th.
Yeah,
Good
on him.
and fair play to him.
and I'm excited to see him.
Yeah, no, he's one of those ones where I think we're a lot of people have put him in there for the potential that's coming as
Yeah.
well. That's one of the.
He's
that's
not
one of
looked.
those
He's
ones.
not done anything bad. You know how like Nunez has kind of done some things where you're just like, this guy clearly doesn't have it. Every time Alvarez plays, he's looked decent, but a long way to go.
No. He's got a lot of energy as well, which
He
is
does have a
interesting.
lot of energy. Pep's gonna love him.
Pep will love him. We'll go for 7th.
Yep.
You
I'm not guessing again because I got way off.
And that has Wilson in it.
can guess with a song if you want.
Darwin.
It's Darwin Nunes.
I think that's a bit high.
7th is high. I didn't have him near 7th.
I had him 10th.
I feel 9th, but if I've now
Where
done
did everyone have
7th, I'll be
Let's
good.
have a wee look at where everyone had him, because this is the one that we've.
If I've got him
Oh,
7th,
if,
fair enough.
if
'cause-
Egg genuinely has him top 4,
no,
then
I've asked. He doesn't have him top 3.
We'll see. I have him 7th, so I've got the spot on where he is. Take that. Egg has him 6th.
Not much better.
Not much better, no. Heggie has him 10th. Grant has him 9th.
I'm worried here. Maybe I've got him high.
Stu has him 6th. Andy Kyle has him 4th.
Wild.
Yeah.
This boy
Yeah.
just doesn't know strikers.
Yeah. Jamie has him 8th. You have him 8th.
Yeah. There we go.
Aaron has him 7th. And Juan has him 8th.
so I've got him the lowest.
You've got them the lowest, and Andy Kyle has him the highest. And then the rest have kind of just got him between 7th and 9th.
I mean,
really.
out of them two, Andy Kyle's got not quite as many minutes, but never scored for Thistle.
Yeah.
He scored a hat-trick. Who
You've
knows
scored a
strikers better?
hat-trick.
Yeah.
I've scored a hat-trick.
Exactly, there you go.
You've got 2 in a game against a team way above us in divisions.
Yeah.
He can't.
It does
Irrelevant.
But no, Darwin Nunes 7th. Do you think that's... You've
I think that's
I was-
partly on.
But
Yeah.
he's going to be around... You knew he was
I
going
was
to be around
expecting
there.
him to be 7th.
Yeah, but you wouldn't have him there personally.
No,
No.
I just knew other people would rate him higher than I do.
Yeah.
And he's another one, you can just see him... Honestly, 4 months' time, you might have banged him in. You wouldn't be surprised. And he's probably the third
The
or
fact
fourth.
he's there getting in these positions is excellent.
Yeah.
But he has just missed so many.
Yeah.
It's the Timo Werner effect.
He's got 2 or 3 seasons worth of misses in 6 months.
Yep. He's a daddy.
Where did you have him in your list? 8th.
8th.
Would you have Timo Werner 7th then? Because you did say he was better, Timo Werner.
I mean, who would I then take out? You're now asking, you're now dropping things.
Yeah. No, he's an intelligent footballer in the way that he moves. He's obviously his movement's very
And his
intelligent.
pace
He's
is
fast.
ridiculous.
He's powerful. His composure's an issue. You see this actually this goal that
His
he
first
scored
touch is an
against
issue as well.
Brentford. The goal against Brentford.
Yeah.
He will score a goal when he doesn't have to do
It
anything.
was actually a brilliant.
Was it
It
Brentford?
reminded me
was
of.
it Wolves? Was it Brentford? Or was it Wolves? Maybe Wolves.
Yeah, it was Wolves, and it reminded me a lot of Defoe versus
Yeah.
Livingston.
Oh, actually, I remember
Like,
that goal.
very,
That's
very
what I
similar.
remember. No, it's when it's an instinct finish.
Yeah.
He'll put that in the back of the net. There's no
He's a wee
thinking
bit
involved.
a wee bit like Morelos with that. But if you give
Yeah.
Morelos time, he's
Ooh.
not doing it. But that first time finish, or when he's got players around him or something like that. Probably Morelos, I mean.
They are both better than Edward though. Move on.
No, well, Darwin Nunes comes in at 7th.
Yeah. Well done to him.
Potentially could be better in the future, but we'll see. 6th, it is Callum Wilson. He managed to get 42 points. Darwin Nunes at 37, by the way.
He's earned
Where
it.
did everyone have him?
Callum Wilson.
Where
Yes.
did we kind of have him?
Well, where did
I
you?
want to know where everyone had everyone.
Oh, okay. Well, now it's getting to
Yeah.
the top 5.
But
Top
Callum
six.
Wilson, I rate him really highly. I think he's just so unfortunate with injuries. So you then look at his goal record and think, oh, that's actually not that high. But when you look at how many minutes he's played or games he's played, that is quite high.
You need to also
But-
look at the type of goals he scores and his link-up play. He
His
is
link-up play was
exceptional.
Yeah.
I mean, you saw at the World Cup, he's not a greedy striker either. He gave one to Grealish when at a World Cup. That's potentially his only chance of ever scoring a World Cup goal.
Yeah.
To give it up. I like that. He's a good guy.
Well,
But Joe gave it up.
Absolutely not. I'm shooting. Especially when the game was won at that point. I'm 100%
yeah, I get
shooting.
that, yeah.
But I'm scoring, so it's alright.
Everyone had him in.
Yeah. Wow. Is that the first player that everyone's had in?
Darwin, everyone
Oh, it
had
was
it.
Darwin.
Everyone had Darwin in, yeah. Callum Wilson finished 10th for Egg. That was the lowest he finished, obviously. And most other people had him 6th, 5th. So I had him 6th, Grant had him 5th, you had him 5th as well, Heggie. Stu had him 7th, so did Andy Kyle. Jacob, you had him 10th as well.
Made
Yeah,
my
You
top
shook
10.
your head when
Made my
you
top
had
10.
Egg.
I made my top 10
Yeah.
though.
5th for Jamie, 6th for Aaron, 7th for Juan. So he got the points, he got just a bit.
I got like my
Darwin.
top 4 or 5 in position, and then I just named the other 5 and just
Just went, yeah, they were all the same.
forgot, didn't realise how much each thing would
Yeah.
mean.
No, he's he's a very talented footballer.
definitely.
There was that goal, I think it's actually this season. You'll probably remember this, Heggie.
The wee flick.
The wee flick he made.
I remember it, obviously.
Because I watched it with Heggie, I remember. Do you not remember what I'm talking about?
Who was it again?
The ball comes into the box and he flicks it with like his right foot, like
Dinks it over
behind
the
him almost.
Does he run front post?
Yeah, and he kind
I
of just
do
dinks
remember
it. Yeah, and he dinks it
Yeah.
around the keeper. It's an unbelievable finish. And obviously, yeah.
He needs to be a top striker because he's got a £65 million man now breathing down his neck.
Interesting, actually, with 10th for Egg, with Callum Wilson being 10th for Egg, he actually said to me, I actually may have Isaac there instead. So he really doesn't rate Callum Wilson.
Isaac is very good.
Isaac is very good, but again, sample size, we're not seeing enough.
No, exactly not seen enough.
But yeah, we'll move on to 5th.
This is when it really matters.
This is where it matters.
Who are we missing? We're missing some big names still. We're missing a certain Serbian, which is mental.
He has to be here because he's not that high up in mine.
Surely he's not a top 4. If it's not a certain Serbian who missed against Marshall, I'll be surprised.
It is Mitrovic in 5th.
It had to be.
He jumped, there's 42 points for Wilson. Mitrovic is on 50.
Would you rather Mitrovic or Wilson?
Wilson.
I think for the way I'd want to play Wilson, but Mitrovic I put higher and has probably had a better season.
I think I had him 6th.
Yeah, I think
if
I
I remember.
Interesting, Jamie didn't even have him. So again, Jamie being pissed, probably forgot him.
He got 50 points and someone didn't have him.
He did, but the gap between him and the next person
Aye.
doesn't mean anything. It's 20 points.
There's big boys left.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, Mitrovic, you didn't see Fulham didn't really miss him though against Chelsea, did they?
No.
Yeah, no,
No,
he's an
he's
incredible
brilliant.
player.
He does so much as well though. Everyone just sees him as a big boy, but he scores so many different types of goals as well. Link-up play is excellent. And he's doing it for a club that, Fulham are now doing well. A big part of that's how good he's been.
Oh yeah, no. Definitely. Fulham are now 29 points. They're ahead of Liverpool and Chelsea. Like now, like halfway through the season. I think that's wild.
Yeah.
And yeah, no, he is a big part of it. Of course, he is.
Some idiots
He's
have
a
been
big
going
bully.
down.
Where did everyone have him then?
Mitrovic.
Which?
We'll get to that. I had Mitrovic in 5th. Heggie in 4th.
4th for
Yeah.
neutral.
Grant had him 6th. So did Heggie. Stu had him 5th. Andy Kyle had him 8th.
That's low.
Yeah. Jamie didn't have him, obviously. Jacob had him 6th. And Aaron had him 3rd. Yeah, I know.
3rd. So after the big 2, he had him next best.
And Juan had him 6th. Yeah. Oh no, just wait, there's a few other wacky picks to come, so...
So we're at what? We're on the top 4 now.
4, yeah, so
And we're
obviously
yet to have a Chelsea player, have we?
It's not going to be one.
Didn't think so.
I'm surprised no one said Aubameyang.
I think
Oh
it's just
my!
so bad.
Yeah, does Havertz even count?
I just wouldn't have Havertz as a
No.
striker over.
No,
There's
neither of
another
them.
player as well, I'm going to say. I'm surprised
No one's
one
mentioned.
said Gakpo. I thought someone would just say him 10th
Oh,
or
he's a
something.
winger as
I
well.
know he has, but I thought someone was going to say him 10th.
Egg maybe.
Yeah.
But
Put
Egg
Joao
says,
Felix.
but Egg says Joao Felix.
Aye.
I think that's...
He only had one ridiculous shout in him.
Yeah.
I mean,
He didn't. He had numerous
Good.
as usual.
So, we'll move on to the top 4. So as I said, Mitrovic was in 5th with 50 points.
Hang on, I'm just thinking in my head.
I know the 4.
You know the 4.
I know the 3. Who am I missing?
You're
I'm
wet
missing the
again.
Brentford one.
Oh, aye.
You're missing the Brentford one.
That's wild that he's top 4. Wild. Let me tell you
He's
that.
got to be though,
Nah, it's
isn't he?
absolutely not. I did not have him top
Right.
4. He better be 4th. He's 3rd.
In 4th
If this is a
is
Brazilian.
Gabriel Jesus.
Oh my goodness,
with
he's top 3.
70 points.
He's top 3.
You're not going to like where I put Gabriel Jesus, bro.
Gabriel Jesus.
Oh no, I don't. I'm not a fan of that one either. So
Gabriel Jesus, a number 9 that doesn't score that many goals.
And do you know why? Why? Here's the crazy thing. Obviously, Tony is 3rd.
Wild.
He's got 71 points, and Egg changed his list so that he didn't mean to do it. But he's the one that's changed it. So it's 1 point difference.
Well done, eh?
And he changed it. He dropped Jesus with Mitrovic. Mitrovic got put up. So
Mental.
yeah.
Right, so where did everyone have Jesus?
So Jesus for everyone.
I reckon just a lot of people put him 4th. There's no way they get.
I had him 3rd. Egg had him 5th. But obviously I had him 3rd.
Obviously.
Yeah, well, who else? Yeah,
So
Yeah.
the list is skewed.
Egg has him 5th.
Yeah.
Heggie has him 7th.
Yep. Not as
Grant has him 4th.
Mhm.
Stu has him 3rd. Andy Kyle has him 3rd. Jamie has him 3rd. Jacob has him 3rd.
Still think that's
Aaron
right.
has him 4th.
I've done it
And
and I
Juan
think
has him
it's
5th.
You think it's wild you
And
put
I've
him
done
third?
it. Yeah.
Jacob thinks it's wild he put him third.
But why?
I just don't know. He
It
just.
doesn't score that many goals.
No, I get that. But no, but-
when I was thinking my list, I was thinking,
And they've not
who
missed
would-
him.
yeah,
I get
I
that.
was thinking,
I think
who,
Ketty made the list because of.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've already made that point. Yeah.
I had him 7th because I was thinking my list. I genuinely just done it. Who would I want in my team? And he was the 7th best one I wanted because it doesn't score that many goals.
As a striker, because I think if I would want him in the team more than the other guys, not
If it
based
was-
off
if
their
it was-
striking ability,
yeah.
but actually,
For me-
I'd rather that as a player.
If it was top 10 forwards,
Yeah.
it would probably be higher.
yeah, no, I get
For
that.
me,
I get that.
I went 1 and 2 were easy.
Yeah.
After that, I was actually very, very, very close between like near enough all of mine. Like if I'd swapped 10th and 4th, I wouldn't have been
Yeah.
able to
I get that. That's
consider
fair
it.
enough. No, Jesus has made it in. It's 70 points. It's quite a lot. Like,
Oh, it's definitely.
there was 4 people there that had him third,
Yeah.
and then the others had him anywhere between 4th and 7th. He just is a really good footballer.
Oh, yeah, he's
but I understand exactly what you're
tremendous
saying. His
footballer.
strike rate isn't as good as.
He just
other players in
he's
this
like,
list.
not Nunez level misses, but he's just had a few
Yeah.
where you're just like you should be scoring.
You should
that.
score. Yeah, no, it's point blank range. It's at the keeper.
Especially now,
He's not
where
missing the target.
Especially
he
now
hits the keeper.
where it could matter.
Yeah,
But yeah, when's he back?
In 5 weeks.
Oh, still well. Could be
Yeah.
the difference maker to winning the league though.
Especially with all these hard games coming up.
Yeah, for sure. But we've talked about Nketiah, obviously. He's got to step up, and he has done so far.
He's done excellent.
Yeah. But no, Jesus does come in 4th with 70. Tony was 71. What do you think about
But
Third.
I had him 4th.
Where did I have him? That's the question on everybody's lips.
that? I'm going to leave somebody's out here for a second. But I have him 4th. Ek has him 3rd.
Tony third.
Heggie, you've got him 4th.
You left
Stu.
Grant out. Wow.
Yeah.
This could be. I would genuinely not be
Which
surprised.
way is
If
it going?
I would not be surprised if he's first or not on the list. I genuinely wouldn't.
He's on the list.
So
I'll
he's
tell you that.
first.
No, I mean he's on the list. I'm not saying it. Stu has him 4th. Andy Kells him 5th. Jamie has him 4th. Jacob, you've got him 5th. Aaron has him 5th, and Juan has him 3rd.
So everyone has him 3rd to 5th.
Do you think this
Yeah,
maybe says
and
the
that's
standard
fair.
of strikers in the Prem right now is lower?
No, I think Tony is very, very good.
Tony's incredible. I
I-
love that Tony at Arsenal.
I think it is lower, and I'm going to say why. Some of the top teams in the Prem are like Liverpool, Chelsea, like the names in terms of they're going to do well in the Champions League or at least qualify for the Champions League most years. They've got players not on the list or Nunez just making it.
Yeah.
Whereas Tony's at Brentford who are at best finishing 10th.
It's the style of football. It's different.
Yeah.
They don't
Yeah.
need number 9s the same way. It's actually the game has changed so much. I think Pep
I think,
Guardiola is a big
I think
thing
then
for
I
it.
was right then. The standard of 9s now is
No,
lower
you
than
know you
before.
are. You
Both
both
of
are.
you disagreed.
I didn't actually.
No.
I completely.
The standard of 9s now is lower than before.
Yeah, yes.
Absolutely no chance a player of Tony's level is
that's what I'm saying.
normally a
That's
top 5
because
striker.
that's because of the style of play we've got now.
Yeah.
You look at the game's changed so much. I actually saw a graphic that was saying that if you looked back in 2016-17, it would be the average dribbles per game of players. They were all like up at like 4, 5, 3, 4, 5, 6, and things like
Yeah.
that. Dribbles per game, like the top players. The highest dribbles per game now is just hitting 2. Like the game has changed so much. It's all about passing.
Yeah,
so
you
much
don't
about
need
passing.
lumping the ball into
Yeah.
the box. You don't. That it's not. The
Everyone
game is
do
so
that.
different.
We've
Exactly.
not changed.
It's the worst teams do it, but
Yeah.
they're not going to have the best strikers.
I don't agree with the fact that the overall standards went down. I think.
Really?
Oh, no,
I think you're basing
of a
that just
striker.
off Tony.
No, I think Mitrovic and Tony being both in the top 5. I think back in the day.
Are
they
you
would-
disrespecting them though because of the club they play for?
Maybe.
No, I don't think so.
I
I think if you shove Tony in Liverpool's team, he scores 25 goals in the Prem.
I don't
Yeah.
think so.
I think maybe the
He doesn't take penalties,
Oh,
and he's very
He
good
does.
at
He's
taking
never
penalties.
missed a penalty.
No, but at Liverpool, I don't think he would. I think they still give it to Salah.
Maybe. I think the quality hasn't.
Yeah, I know his penalty record's amazing. He gets loads.
The quality of player, I don't think's got worse and things like that. I think it's harder to excel in this style. I think you have to be at the top clubs,
Yeah.
and they don't play with that style. I think Haaland's the only one that's doing it really at a
I think there's
top
one
club.
more.
Well,
Just doesn't what you think about
sorry,
it.
Tony's
on
actually not that far off those two,
Yeah.
especially Kane. He's
he's
scored like
not.
12 or
And,
13 Prem goals.
and if you ask Grant, who I'll get to him, his list, he actually doesn't have Tony 3rd. He has Tony 2nd. Tony's ahead of Kane in Grant's list. What do you make of that? Could be a shout, you know.
What did you say at the start of this? Someone that wants to be on the flat chat and will
It's
never
never
be on
gonna
the
be.
flat
Yeah.
chat. It's for comments like that.
Yeah, it's outrageous, isn't it?
There's just, I don't think there's a single thing he's better than Kane at. You could say penalties, but then
Penalties.
Kane scored more. He just had that horrendous miss against.
I mean,
Yeah.
Tony's literally not missed a pen in 35.
It's fair, but it's still. I'm still taking.
Would you say Tony's aerial ability's better? Because he's 6'2".
5'10". He's got an unbelievable.
It's outrageous. No, well, Tony makes it in third just by the skin of his teeth.
Yeah.
And in second,
I'd have had a good bet on that.
So Tony made it third because Grant had him second.
I've just actually realised that it's not even just because of Egg, it's also because Grant has just lost the plot.
It would have been on 69 points if
Yes.
it was the other way around.
Yeah.
But
that's
I
what makes it.
reckon he slipped Grant a fiver and said, that's better than him finishing third. I knew it.
That's just the way it works. But
second place then.
Kane being dropped down to third in Grant's list doesn't affect him because he doesn't make top spot regardless. He gets 91 points.
And how much is?
So that means
how much is Haaland?
2
rated?
people had him top.
I will get to that. So Haaland's get 98 points.
Wow. Yeah.
So Jacob and Jamie both had Harry Kane finishing first.
Yep.
And everyone else had Haaland first. Obviously, the only exception to that rule would be that Grant didn't actually have Kane second like everyone else. He had him third. So yeah, no, Haaland's Kane.
Yeah.
Haaland beating Kane. I think it's got to be recency bias, doesn't it?
It has to be recency bias. I think a lot of it's also people are still remembering that penalty miss against France.
Yeah, probably.
It's a big thing in Kane's life. Also the lack of trophies, but that should have nothing to do with how good a striker.
It didn't come into my mind when I was thinking about it.
Neither of those things come into my mind. I just think Haaland is just a better striker.
Yeah, it's the amount of goals. Yeah, I think you can't argue with the amount of goals he scored. I think Kane's probably a better footballer though.
Yeah,
I think Kane in that team gets as many goals because look how rubbish Spurs are, and Kane's already at 15.
He's on 15.
Or something.
Yeah, I was going to make that argument with Tony. Like Tony might be just as good as Kane, if he was in Spurs' team because he's got 12 goals for Brentford.
I don't think Brentford are that far away.
I don't think Brentford. Yeah, you're right.
I think there's a bigger gap between Spurs and City.
Yeah, probably. You're probably right there. In fact, you're definitely right there. But no, Haaland's coming in.
I think if Kane's in that City team, he has more goals.
I think that's a bit crazy.
I don't think
just a wee bit.
I don't think it is crazy.
But to think that Kane has 15 with Spurs.
What aspects of Kane's game does he have that Haaland doesn't have?
Link up play, so they would create more
dropping
chances,
deep,
more goals.
dropping deep, and playing.
I would argue there's more that Haaland
he also,
has that Kane doesn't
someone
have.
would say maybe he wouldn't have as many goals, but he would probably have 5+ more assists than Haaland, if not more than that.
I get that, but what would Haaland have that Kane doesn't?
It's pace, power.
Kane can
Pace, power,
better in there as well.
Yeah. Kane's not that bad in there though, to be fair.
No. It depends what way Kane's doing it. If Kane's trying to win films and doing that horrible dirty.
It's not even just his heading ability. It's
he's
using his feet.
Have you seen Kane lose his head and just stop playing? I saw Haaland do that against Everton. He was non-existent in the second half because of it. I've never seen Kane
Kane.
I've never seen Kane just lose
his head.
Oh, well, Godfrey.
Aye.
That was great. Good fun, to be fair. Do you think he should have been sent off?
Oh, man, I've never seen him move faster than when he ran away from Tarkovsky.
That was brilliant. I actually rate that. I rate that.
Players should do that more. Just run away.
Yeah. They don't. They want to get involved though in the fight.
Haaland's a big boy as well.
They're pricks, all of them. Anyway, but that is our list. We'll go over the top 10 again quickly. Yep. In 10th we've got Eddie Nketiah. In 9th we've got Marcus Rashford. In 8th we've got Julian Alvarez. In 7th we've got Darwin Núñez. In 6th we've got Callum Wilson. In 5th we've got Alexander Mitrovic. In 4th we've got Gabriel Jesus. In 3rd we've got Ivan Toney. In 2nd Harry Kane. And in 1st Erling Haaland. Now I'm going to leave you two with a question. If you were to look at that list and make one swap, what would it be? Anything you want to do, you have to swap 2 players. What would you do?
So can I jump a player 4 places to
I'm
swap
gonna go
with someone?
You can do what you want.
Well, what do you mean by a swap? Because I don't think...
Oh, no, you can move it. Sorry, you know what? I'll make it fair.
Jesus and Rashford.
Aye, no, you can... The way you do it, you can move a player up a place or down a place.
I'm putting
Richarlison
Richarlison above Nketiah and he's making the top 10.
But you can't put him up 8 places.
No, you can. That's what I've done. So you say I can only move a player 1 place?
Yeah.
Well, I'm going Rashford and Alvarez then.
Yeah, so am I.
Yeah.
Rashford is very, very good.
Yeah, no, you're both are rating Rashford.
I think
I am with 2 people here that did put him
I
on the
also
list,
think if Alvarez was playing for City and they hadn't bought Haaland, Alvarez could potentially be higher. We've just not seen enough.
Yeah.
It's the same way where Isaac's get 2 points. You just need to see more of them.
What do you think's the worst shout on the whole list?
João Felix.
Oh no, João
Felix is the worst.
That's terrible. That's honestly Egg's not getting asked again.
He firstly played nothing, and secondly, after 1 game, he's got a straight red card.
Yeah, it's not great.
He didn't make the list before it, to be fair, but we'll leave that out.
Anyway, my change I would make, I'd probably put Nketiah up 1 and Rashford down 1. He's just not a winger. He's just a winger, so
Wow.
I'm Joe Ashworth to bring them up.
Fair play. Enjoy it.
No, I would probably put Rashford up one as well. I've now accepted him. I'll accept him on the list now. So
That's good.
But yeah, anyway, thank you of course for listening. Comment below your top 10, and yeah,
Take it easy.
take it easy.